Welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Seattle Seahawks.
Man, you don't have a mic?
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They run it with Carson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Carson, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 56 yards. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. From the shotgun, Wilson, flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They go play action now. Hodges flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
First down, the run with Lynch. And an alley to run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. That will give running right is Lynch. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver, Penalty flag had to come out.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Clay Matthews adding another sack to his impressive NFL resume.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. They had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And the result here, the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 15.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
Steelers nothing.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. 3rd and long. It's Hodges. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll try and throw for it with Hodges. He's going to rifle one deep left side into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A very solid gain of 27. Now Wilson. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Wilson. And an alley to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42.
First down, Seattle.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Here we go. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. Got Gordon open, completes it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a first down.
Watch the curl, watch the curl.
Alert.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Marshawn Lynch with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
3rd and 2. Now Hodges. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're not able to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Wilson steps away to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. Buying time to his left. And it's complete. Hooper. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Austin Hooper. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Seahawks 24. Steelers nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean,
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Johnson, the intended target. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Flush to his right. This is caught. 25 yards that time. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Lynch. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Myers connects on the PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Jones, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now Jones, off the play fake. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
14.
The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. He's got a first out and more inside the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Marshawn Lynch, 43 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Seahawks 45, Steelers nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Now on 2nd and 16, Wilson being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bud Dupree able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Grenade!
I got it.
Under 10! Under 10! Move the team! Start!
Wilson now operating from the gun. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
80 weapon.
Safety's creeping.
2nd and 11. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now it's Lockett. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards. From the gun, Wilson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Wilson. Going to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Wilson will throw again. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get point.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Here we go.
2 times.
They'll run on 1st down. Lynch. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 34. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st down, it's Lynch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They'll run on first down. It's Lynch, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his...
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by one more.
Steelers, nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Greystone, travel.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Kendricks able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. The Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Fitzgerald. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Forced out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. 2nd and 14. On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
That's good for us, Steelers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rolling to his right. He's going to go up. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be second down. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10.
I got you, punk.
To throw again. Fitzgerald flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Let's go, Recon, 132 fighter. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Kill. Ready.
From the gun on third down. Fitzgerald. He may try and run for this. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Ready. 10-2 stop. Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Blue draw corkers. Slam. 50's the mic. Watch the out. He's checking. Crash. Big grip.
Off the play fake. Fitzgerald, he'll buy some time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Second and 13. Steps away to his left. The ball comes out, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Clay Matthews. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Mike, 380. 55. Ricky.
Wilson wants to throw it. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson to throw again. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Let's go! The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Towards the... And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us.